You press record? Okay, it is on record already, so whenever everyone is ready to start, we can.
Hello, hello. All right, in that case, we want to call the meeting to order. We start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
The time is?
Time
Is the
is,
recorder?
Yes.
I have, what, 5:02 or 3?
Yes.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we can have roll call, please.
Roll call. Sandra Cavazo Ayala,
Present.
Angelica Salinas,
Present.
Victor Villarreal, Mario Lopez, Rosemil Z. Villarreal,
Present.
Rosa Maria Leliano,
Present.
Esmeralda Rodriguez,
She's
Present.
She's on, yeah.
Edelvina Perez,
Present.
Roberto Ortiz.
Present. Okay, with that, the minutes, the approval of minutes for March 26, 2025. Y'all wanna take a look at that?
Who conducted the meeting? It was,
Who was me?
Oh,
You
yes.
did, oh, okay.
They told me.
I know because Robert wasn't here, I wasn't here, and so I had, but I thought that there was not a, that the meeting was not done, but it was.
Yeah, Mario came in late because he was working, but
Okay.
with Esmeralda, we had.
Oh, that's right, we were waiting, right?
Yeah, we were waiting for him because he was working downtown.
Okay.
Oh, yes, we started at 5:30.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, we started late.
We had a good time.
Good.
We waited, we were
We were
waiting,
waiting,
we
yes.
didn't walk out.
What, you were doing the meeting? Or you were?
While we were waiting.
Oh, waiting. Wait here.
It was a short agenda.
No, the rest of it? Oh, aquí está. Yeah, put this aquí, and then the back. So we'll have a regular session, then we'll get, the meeting was hosted by, Lisa Fergus. Called the meeting, oh, here it says, Angie, the meeting was called at 5:30 P.M.
Ah, ok. Es que es de arriba, pero esto es lo que quería ver. Sí, antes de que salieras. Veníamos el reloj. Just forgot.
It happens. No, it happens.
No, I was in the bus coming from Austin with a kid with Larcy, with Larcy.
I know you would have been here.
What I don't see in the minutes is, we had talked about the new format, update format, and then we had decided that we would wait until today to get input from the other
Oh,
members.
to get input, okay. We'll make that note, and we'll make the change.
What format?
The new format for the library branch updates, but because there were absences, the committee wanted to wait so that other people could review it and
Oh.
decide if this is
Oh.
the format that's.
Instead of the checklist,
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yes.
that's why I wasn't sure what we're talking about, okay.
So,
So there was table sheets.
well, yeah, she just wanted our input to see if we like this better.
it wasn't up for action, but it was something we wanted
To
you
discuss.
to, yeah.
Okay.
Other than that.
So where is that, oh, it's not in the minutes though?
It's not, that we were gonna.
That's
wait for.
why it's not, because it wasn't on the agenda.
Right. We just talked about it.
Possibly, but.
But
we
it
can
could have
add
still
that.
been discussed, yeah.
We
You
can
I
add
mean,
that.
it still could be added here.
Angie wrote that the new format was presented.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so instead of that one,
Right,
we now have
this
this.
is, right. But what she's saying that it's not on here, on
Right.
the,
So,
by the minutes.
yeah, you could move to approve
Because
the
we
minutes
did,
with
you know,
that.
there wasn't,
edit.
you know, we were missing
Wala
vital input from people who have been here a long
With the
time.
correction, okay,
With the
I
correction.
move that we approve the minutes of, March the 26th with the corrections that we just discussed right now.
I said,
We have a
I second
motion.
that.
We have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, the minutes will be approved with the, this amendment or addition of the new format that we were discussing right now.
Perfect.
Okay? All right. So that's the minutes. If we wanna go to public comments, none at this time, correct?
No, no public.
No public comments, communication, announcements, monthly library updates, excuse me.
So, Katie, yeah, going right back to that, discussion point. This is the library, this is the new document, the new format for library branch updates. It's not a chart, so some people mentioned last time that it's more to take in, right? But the whole purpose of this type of format is so that you're taking with you these sort of highlights, right? So that if you need to advocate for the library or you wanna share an important event or issue, this is kind of just like a little elevator pitch, right? If you wanna, for example, on this one, we had a recap of the passport fair, you'd be able to quickly just say, you know, give a summary to somebody who is interested, or to go to your council member if you're in contact with them regularly, to let them know what's going on. So we have a section for each library, and it's divided by program spotlight, and then safety and facilities, and we want no more than 2 bullet points in each area, so that we don't overwhelm you with information. And then, so we go through all of the different locations, including the mobile library. Then we have general updates on page 3 and vacant positions. So I will give you some time to review it right now, and if you have any questions, and if you have any feedback, please let us know, because this is for you, it's for committee use, right? So if it doesn't help you do what you need to do, or to know what you need to know, then we need to change this format.
Who makes the visits?
So these reports are based off of visits that I do, and also communications with my librarians and branch managers.
And so you make the visit, or
Yes.
you go make the visit
So
and
now
plan?
I don't do like a day of visits. I've been going, not randomly, but I'd say if I wanna go visit a particular program, that's the day I'm gonna go on. Or if I'm coming from a meeting from City Hall, that's an easy time just to go to Bruni. So I don't have a scheduled, kind of set of days that I'm doing it. But my goal is to be there more than once a month, and to go when I can see new programs or when we're having an issue. So for example, if we have an air conditioning issue, I might stop by, right? So I'm not really making the visits in the same way that the visits were made before, yeah.
Which is probably good, because, before they knew you were, I mean, you know, like, you were coming, you were scheduled to go, and you went and you looked for whatever, and these are throughout the month at different times and at different, you know, at different events and different things that you might find something that you need to address, or something that is of a concern, and
Well,
I
not
think
only
that's
that,
the whole point.
But I'm learning.
Yeah.
Since I'm serving as interim, I need to learn more about the programs. Like, I know about the branches and I know the people, but in my previous position as librarian, I wasn't able to visit at these other times, because I also had programs at those times.
Right.
So I'm in a learning process, and that's why it's been very beneficial to me to take this approach.
Because you go to all of them,
Yes,
yeah.
uh-huh.
I think, okay, very good, thank you.
I think this format is nice and concise, and it helps us not have to look for things. It's
It's very
brought to our
unique.
attention, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
questions or comments about the new format offered here?
I also want to mention that I like this one, because it's well easier to understand than just numbers and, this is easier. And, the vacancies, and, have you, applied for,
So the position
you-
for director has not been posted yet.
oh, but, oh.
It has not been
Not
posted.
yet posted.
Yeah, so she kind of,
So,
not yet.
we would, is that correct to ask, or?
I'd rather not say on,
Okay,
yes,
all
on a
right.
recorded meeting.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
personnel issue.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's why I'm asking, should I, no, no, and I don't.
I like the format. I think, I do want to just, again, as Mrs. Cavazos was saying, I think I would like to ensure that the visits still continue, and I do like, and appreciate that they may be more random, I guess, not so assigned like a day, like schedule a day, because I think that keeps people on their toes. I think it lets you see how everything's really going,
Yeah.
right? We do that in education all the time. We just randomly walk in, and nothing's announced. That means you've got to be on task, right? But I also would like to ensure that somehow, and I don't know, maybe you can figure it out, that to keep the numbers somewhere stored or something, because in case we have to make another presentation or something to the city council to show that the use of our library and to continue that.
Yeah, let me go ahead and just clarify that. This is
Okay.
to replace the checklist, not the
Okay.
stats.
Awesome, okay, good. Anything with anything on that? This,
No, no, sir.
to replace the
Well,
check?
I'd just like to make a comment on the one that, the Young Entrepreneurs Networking event. I think that's wonderful because we need to bring the community into the library. You'd be surprised at how many people don't know, the library is there, what they offer, and, all the events and programs, and so these people being there, when they go back to their families, their employees, their customers, or the customers see them, it's a way to network even better with the community because they'll spread the word. Today I brought a friend over and, she got a library card, and it's like, what do you mean you haven't had a library card? She checked out books, and this is something that hasn't happened. And then she went to see Angie about the notary public services, So I think the more that you invite the community over to make a presentation, and then I saw the Bruni also has, collaboration with the Recovery Center.
Yes.
That's excellent, because that's something that you need to do. Yesterday, I was watching a program on PBS
I saw
about
it.
public libraries.
Sorry.
And they do have, in some places, this is the only place where the elderly can come, where they're safe, where things are free, and that's the only interaction they have. They live alone, there's no family. This is a community center now. They said they don't have access to internet. They don't know about a lot of the services that we are offering, and that's how it's gonna keep us going, so.
I appreciate your comments. Yes, thank
So
you.
I think this is wonderful, the more the better, so.
Yes.
I agree.
I agree.
So you've done good.
Well, I want to spotlight the staff that use their own skill set to bring in these
Right.
great programs and to collaborate with other programs, because it is the Bruni Staff Library that are reaching out to Roots Recovery
Correct.
Center. We had a part-timer who was the spearhead at the Young Entrepreneurs Networking event. So I'm very proud. His name is Jesus Moreno. So he's had his own business in the past, and he has a lot of connections in the business.
Right, yeah.
I just want to interject that there was an article, I think, in the newspaper about Doris.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes,
yes,
yes.
yes,
Yes.
We're very proud of Doris Gonzalez, yes.
Yes. She's there.
Okay, yeah, my husband and I and my sister-in-law were all in the pictures here, so, yeah.
Yes, thank
That's
you.
us, yeah, because, and again, Doris reaches out and, talks and encourages people, and Lisa does the same thing in the Silent Book Club. She talked to us about the cookbook book club and all of the other that, that she sponsors, so it's bringing more people in. So we're here Saturday morning,
We
or
have a very talented
Thursday.
staff.
Yes, you really do. They're dedicated and they publicize the programs, not only theirs, but everybody else's. So it's been wonderful. Thank you.
All right, so I guess, I know it was not tabled, but it was put up for discussion last time, and we wanted to discuss it with about, what, 4 of us out last time. So I guess this is a go, you know?
Okay,
Yes,
good.
yes. All in agreement, yes?
Yes.
Okay, then this is a go,
I
thank you.
just wanted to add, if at any moment it does not suit your needs, you just let us know.
Okay, federal funding update.
So, just wanted to give you a heads up on this, as we know, there have been sources of federal funding that have been cut. And so that we feel this the most through the Texas State Library funding that we get for interlibrary loan service, and as well as for our Tech Share program, which is some of the databases that we pay for, the discount, as well as some grants through that same Texas State Library, organization. So there's been, over the past couple of months, we've heard different things from Texas State Library. At the present moment, we had been told that we would not get a reimbursement for our interlibrary loan courier service, but we received an email yesterday saying that we would still get a reimbursement, a partial amount, as we always do, maybe a little bit less than we're used to. And we have a webinar tomorrow where we'll know more details about that. But this is a program that we will not cut even if we don't get a reimbursement for it. It's something that we can cover in the budget. And as you know, the interlibrary loan service is what allows Texas libraries to share our collections. So if we don't have something, we can request it from another library and vice versa. The other one that I wanted to talk about was E-rate. So E-rate is through the FCC, and this provides, it's a discount program, it's not grants, or it's not considered federal funding, but we can get our, like, for instance, internet services and large equipment at up to 90% discount. So this is something we rely on quite a bit, and we would be hurting if we didn't get that. So we just received, this week, confirmation that we are getting our discount for this year. So we're very happy about that. We're gonna play things by ear because we don't know what's gonna happen next fiscal year.
Right.
But we'll keep you updated on that. Any questions about federal funding?
So then just, I guess in a nutshell, we are not, the library is not experiencing any cuts in federal funding as of yet.
As of yet, no.
All right. Any other comments or questions on that? So, recent and upcoming library programs and services.
So that's our flyers, that's our stack of flyers. So go ahead and take a moment to take a look at that. And as well as our wonderful Laredo Poetry Festival booklet. Showcases, congratulations, by the way. And so you can take a look at these flyers and let me know if you have any questions about any particular programs. You will see a repeat, I believe, for the summer reading kickoff. So that's gonna be in all of the packets for each individual library because that's showing you the kickoff at each location.
In regards to the poetry festival, I wanna say that it was very, very nice. Not because I was one of the ones that was able to read my poem, but the children, the parents, the families, it was just very, very nice and very professional. Mrs. Leanna was the MC. And, you could tell that, this is getting promoted and the poetry, the library is doing a good job in promoting, and I hope that it continues. Because the kids, today we just came from another event at BMT that also has to do with culture, that has to do with, all this learning that the kids are that is available for kids. And this, to me, was very important, that these kids, there was hundreds and hundreds of entries.
There were close to 1,000 from the elementary and school children in Laredo. Close to 1,000. I thought over, but no. Lisa said 995.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's 1,000.
Next year we'll break that, right? We'll get over 1,000.
We've had over 1,000
Yes,
people. And then adults, I think she said 50, 50 something, 55,
yeah.
see, in the 50s. So that was it's pretty good, it's pretty good.
So-
And, yes, it was a full house, and they were very, the poems, I wanted to read these poems. They were wonderful. It's about dreams and aspirations, and you should see little ones. I loved one in the middle school, is one versus will. It says, I will go to college, and I will graduate. I
Y
thought
el
so
otro
wonderful.
cuando sea millonario.
Cuando sea millonario también. So, they
They
were
were cute.
very good. Inspiring.
Yes, thank you for
I
your
recommend
kind
reading it.
comments. I'm glad you're happy.
And there's 7 people who are on the board, I'm one of them. And we had to grade, we had to grade over 300 in middle school. To read them
And then rank.
It was hard. It was very hard to, not to read them, but to decide.
Right.
So we let your librarians decide,
Oh, okay.
which is okay. But I chose 10 and I wanted 2 first places, I wanted all the 10 to win.
Yes.
Pero no. So it was very successful, to say the least.
On that note, in reference to the poem, that was why I was not there, because I had graduation pictures with my
Oh.
daughter, so
Ah,
I'm
congratulations.
sorry that I didn't make it. but
Congratulations.
we were- Thank you, we're busy with graduation pictures.
Sí, 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 pero it was very successful.
Yeah, this past Saturday.
They have made plans and they fell through. The best laid plans for this day. Ms. Ayala, you mentioned that you had a poem about some places in Laredo.
Yes,
So
she
next
does.
time, would you share it?
Yes,
Share
yes.
it with us. I'd be curious to.
Sure,
Is the
last
next
night we met at Raquel Valles and Diaz house, who's
Yes,
a current
yes.
poet laureate. And we belong to a group called Café del Barrio Poets. And we all have to present a poem and recite it or read it to the group. And I did read it.
So
and-
Ms.
Sure.
Sabatic,
But I
yes,
will.
I'd
and
love
of
to
course
see
she
it.
was reminiscing.
Right, and I'd
about-
like to share it with Doris to put it
Sí.
up in
Oh,
the,
yes,
Sí.
okay, I
you
can.
know, it goes with the Recordando program
Yes.
and it will bring more memories
Sí.
Right,
to the
oh,
participants.
yes.
I love
It would
that
be
she
very appropriate.
mentioned
Yes,
all
please.
the stores,
Right, and that's
Riches
what
al
we've been
precio
talking
fijo.
about. So that would
And
be
you-
lovely.
I will,
Yes,
I will.
please.
Thank you, yes, I will.
Pero ponle,
She wants me to add El Sol del Oriente.
it's so good. That was my favorite place.
Because I added Sam Sullivan shoes
How
and
dare
Joe
she not say
Brand,
Sol
El
del
Precio Fijo, but I could have had all of them. And there were so many, Woolworths, Crest, Neisner's, the Three Sisters, Franco.
El Sol del Oriente.
¿Te acuerdas de Three Sisters? Yeah, Three Sisters, that one was a little bit further down.
Sí, pero ahí va yo.
But, yeah.
And the dresses were $5.
Yeah.
Early dresses for $5.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, it's
Yeah,
really, it goes back.
When is the next one?
Next Thursday,
Next
Oh, May
yeah, May 8th.
8th or 8th?
is the,
Recordando.
Yes,
Recordando, okay.
Our meeting, yeah.
no, but you want me to read it here at the meeting?
Yeah, that would be
At the
nice.
meeting or at the?
At the meeting, at our meeting here.
We'll make copies and we'll share it with
Yes.
Doris.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I thought May 8th. También
For
vean.
Recordando.
We can, so we can put that on the agenda if you like.
Sí.
Okay. Yes, if you do that way, I won't forget it. And then I can send a copy to Angie, she can make copies for everybody.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Sí,
Yes,
sí,
okay.
of course. It's a very nice.
I can't come on May 8th, I'm gonna be in New Mexico visiting my daughter that's in Las Cruces. It's for Mother's Day, I'm gonna go over there.
Right,
But I will certainly do it
yeah, and I'll
at the
tell
next.
Doris that we
Okay.
can share it with her.
Yes.
Maybe we can invite Doris to be here at that next meeting.
Yes, and our next
I'll have
meeting is
Doris.
June the, let's see,
May,
uh,
this is
June the
April.
28th,
No, May.
May.
right now?
May.
I'm-
We were in April.
It's the last day of
So-
April.
It's the last day of April.
I'm sorry, May 28th. Yes, May 28th. I'm already in May. Well,
No.
tomorrow's May 1st.
That's
Just
why.
skipping over.
That's right, tomorrow's May
Sí,
1st.
todavía estamos
Yeah,
en-
May
So-
28th is our next meeting.
I don't know if maybe to connect it with libraries, have Doris talk about recordando and.
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
connected with that.
Yes, absolutely,
Cause it goes.
yes.
Okay, any other comments on the recent and upcoming library programs and services?
No, I know now that's right, that's the one.
The girls there.
Esa me fue la vez.
Yes, it's in here. Okay, then we'll move on to item letter D, quarterly program report.
So the quarterly program report is the one that looks like this.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna be seeing each monthly report for January, February, and March for each branch. And also the mobile library. So I'll give you also some time to review that.
So this is where you have the numbers, Robert. I think
Yes.
that's where you, right? That-
Yes.
So in this report is where we get to see the numbers.
You'll get to see this, and then
Versus-
our next agenda item would be the monthly statistics.
Okay, so yeah, there they are.
We know numbers are important, so yes, we're gonna keep that.
Every time you have to go, number 38.
So the thing you might wanna think about though, because the quarterly report was a request by the committee, by Library Advisory Committee. It's not something that we had every meeting. What we have every meeting is the monthly statistics.
Right.
So you can also let us know if this is still serving your needs, the quarterly report.
This is quarterly.
Mhm.
Yes, I guess because, so that we could see, I think that we wanted to see the reason behind this was how many people were actually taking advantage of all of the programs
Okay.
that you all have. And so this gives us a better bird's eye view of.
It's more granular.
Yes, I think that's why we asked for this. Parent presentation at Alma Pierce Elementary. What is that, the library went over there?
Sometimes we get invited to the parent groups to
Oh,
present on
okay.
our services.
So there were 700 parents there? Wow.
It could be parents and children.
Oh, okay. Like a total
What day is
people
that?
at the presentation?
Oh,
It was career day, I
Oh, the
see.
career day.
Yeah, it was career day, and so that's how many people went to career day, and that the library presented as it was a presentation at career day, correct? Yes. I know, cause I was there, I had to be there with my book the week
So
before.
usually parent presentations are smaller groups.
So you do
But
have
this was career day.
family reading night at
Oh,
Alma
47.
Pierce for 200, and family reading night at Caguas for 200. That's very commendable. Yes. To get the, those to the children.
Any questions on the quarterly program report?
No, sir.
All right, we'll go to letter E, monthly statistics.
So your monthly statistics, you have the dashboard screenshot, which gives you some highlights. It's this one that has green and gray. And then you have the more detailed monthly statistical report. And each column is the branch, right? And you're also seeing, just like every month, you're just seeing the differences between the current fiscal year and the previous.
Oh. It's in back.
And if you have any questions on this, please let me know. And I believe this is cut off again.
Oh, at the end.
Yeah.
So the total visitors in March, 28,000, is for all the libraries.
That would be the total of all
The
libraries.
total of all the libraries. That's very impressive.
I believe last year it was over 300,000
Wow.
visits over the year. And then our year-to-date for traffic count is 149,785.
Wow.
That's starting October 1st. So I do apologize for this, picture, this, graphic being cut off, but you should have it in your email.
Oh.
Okay.
Where's the total volume, what is that number, 3,000 what? Or 30 what? The last one, total volume?
Total volumes to date.
Uh-huh.
So if I go and look at the monthly statistical report, and I believe it's on page 2. No, it's on the last page. Total volumes to date, there's print and then there's total, right? Or there's print and then there's electronic. So for print, we're showing total year to date, I have 243,695, so.
But there's this 3,
Yes.
but I don't know that the 0, 6 is coming up next or what?
That would maybe be the total of electronic and print.
But what is that total?
So.
Oh, you have to add those.
Yes, uh-huh.
Okay, gotcha.
Volume, so 243 plus 56,000, more or less.
Maybe if they just move this over here, over a little bit, so
It-
that it won't cut off.
It was a printing error, because when I printed for my office, it printed
It
by.
printed, yeah, and then it just cut off those, I think it's like 3 digits or something.
Yes.
Was there any data on the, tax help?
I don't have that information yet.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so I'm thinking that, since we're still in April, technically we'll probably get that information in March. I know that they were still meeting, I'm sorry, May, the other end month. So, because I know even after the deadline, VITA's still meeting with some of our patrons to get additional help.
Yeah, that's a big one, statistics, 'cause that tells how many,
Oh, yeah, how much money was
taxpayers,
collected.
and going back into the community, all that.
That is very
And we
impressive.
value that partner very much, they do
Yes.
so much good in the community. And Ms. Solis is taking a leadership role in VITA, so.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, good for her.
That also brings her to the library fairly often, so we get to see her.
All right, guys, anything else on monthly statistics? Okay, then we'll go with action scheduling of the next meeting.
May.
May 28th.
Not March or June.
No.
I will say we're gonna be adding that, agenda item for recordando.
Okay.
And I also want to invite, Ms. Vanessa Filazola. She is a new, addition to our team. She is head of our public arts division. It is a brand new division under the library. So I'd like her to give a short presentation, 5-10
Public arts,
minutes,
you said?
public arts,
That's
to let you
wonderful.
know what her role is here in the library. And her office is upstairs, right in front of the reference desk near the study rooms in case you would like to meet her.
Wow, that's wonderful. Public arts.
Public art?
Wow, and the library. That's, sounds
Annalise, I have a
exciting.
question.
Yes.
And I know in the summer, we usually don't have a meeting. Is it in July that
July
we
and
ask
August.
both July and August, or?
There's
Because
two
it's
meetings.
vacation in July and then August, it's the beginning of the school year, I don't
Maybe
know.
June and July, but it was June, I don't know.
I know that we don't have a meeting I don't know.
I know there was
where.
2
Is
months.
there still an option or no?
I believe it's still an option. I
Okay.
believe it just has to get, approval through city secretary's office, but I understood there was one in summer and then one in Thanksgiving, right?
November,
that's- yeah,
that's
okay.
right.
Then it's
So
July.
like July
July.
and then November.
And then November. That's right.
Yeah,
So we have one in June.
in June,
Yeah, we do.
but
have
not
one.
in July, hasta August. And then not in November until December.
Yes.
Because we have the December gathering, yes, okay, got it,
Maybe
yes. I knew
We
it
need
was
to
too
have our
much.
pozole.
Yes, I knew it was too much, but his short sister was too much.
Like, usually, I mean, and it was because we were off, but doesn't school start by late July?
It does.
Late July?
Well, like mid-July.
Okay,
Actually, like
yeah,
July
but so-
17th, and I'm probably still on summer schedule, which means I don't get out till 6.
Yeah, but we're not having a meeting in July.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Oh,
No
okay,
meeting
we're
in
good.
July.
Okay.
no, meet in July.
June, yeah,
Maybe
June, I
in
think by
June,
that time I'm
okay.
already, on vacation.
Oh,
Maybe
Okay,
like
we'll
a
come
couple
this
of
is
days in.
something- No, but
Couple of
July,
days.
yeah, July is very hectic for school and vacations and everybody's still trying to.
All right,
July.
so
get back to work.
we'll meet May 28th, same time, same place. Any motion to adjourn, or any other items you wanna include for next meeting besides, adding the recordando, right?
Yes.
And my
And the
phone.
public arts.
And the public arts.
And my phone.
Sí.
Yeah, recordando
That
with the
goes-
pawn.
Okay.
And how about, Judge Victor?
Right.
We'll touch base with him to get more information,
Because
and I,
that would be very interesting.
and I
Yeah.
do
That's
have,
proposing.
I have, Angie provided, I guess, no, Doris provided a summary of some of the previous discussions regarding that kiosk. So we can kind of put that together with his new information,
Okay.
and we can, if you'd like to put that on, we can ask him if he's ready and if he needs visitors, but, I'll touch base with him.
Sí.
Collection.
Yes, cause he requested it in the email, so I would say we can, if he's ready, we can, for next meeting.
But you, yeah, touch base.
Yes, to make sure they're
That
ready.
may be that the councilmen were coming.
Yes.
So I was looking forward to seeing some of the council. Because I have some flyers, but that is not in the agenda, so I'll wait till later.
But can we
Or
just,
can we just-
can we just announce it?
Can we make an announcement?
Since it's already in July.
I mean, there's no action, so I
There's
don't
no
know.
action. We brought,
We had some other-
yeah, we
And it's
brought-
related to poetry.
Yes.
It's related to poetry. Yeah, well, it's a festival, a binational festival, and it's Don Quixote Sin Fronteras. And it's happening both in Nuevo Laredo and here. And it's been going on in Guanajuato for a long time now, so they wanna bring something. So they're asking for paintings related to Don Quixote or Cervantes. Or they're asking for poems related to Don Quixote. We're gonna have a conference on Cervantes at TAMU. Lola Orellano Norris will give
One's
that.
English, one's Spanish, yeah.
Oh,
It's both in English and Spanish.
Okay.
One side is
Well, it's
English
okay, well, I'll send it to
and the
you.
other
I'll
one
send
is
it.
in Spanish. And if you wanna have more information, you go to this, what is it called, the code? QR code, yes, and you have more information.
It's okay,
And
it's
entre
okay.
meses,
It's okay.
they're little short plays, like 10 pages each short play, and they're gonna have some at the Laredo Little Theater. And of course, it's not there, but the clausura or the ending will be here at the library after the entre meses, which I still don't know why, because we could do the ending at
It's
the
alright,
library.
that's how
So
they plan
I'm
it.
not
That's-
privy to that information,
Yeah,
but,
that's how they plan it.
either way, we're happy to host.
Yes, no, that's how they, he already has it.
Yes, it's just to me, it's like if we're already there, the people are already there, why bring it here? But I don't know what the.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Do you have an extra copy, or
Yes,
maybe when we
I-
get when we get the scissors?
I'll have,
Yeah.
no, I'll
Well,
have that one,
it's
you
a
can
one
stay.
initial one.
You- we
Oh,
can-
okay.
It's one and you stay, one and one.
Great.
Yeah, but it's not complete, go to the QR code.
Sure.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, it's very
Thank-
interesting.
thank you.
We want to share with all the artists in Laredo, you know, something Espanol, something to do with Spanish culture. And the Centro for the Artes, which is not the Laredo Center for the Arts, it's the one by the Outlet Mall, the one sponsored by the Mexican Consulate. We talked about it yesterday, that to me it was confusing, because Center for the Arts, I thought it was the Laredo Center for the Arts, but it's not. So
It's a
we need,
consulado.
yeah, it's a consulado, and we need to, I think we need to make it, and then there's no
They're
mention
working
of the
on it.
library
They're still
there.
Okay.
And, but then I'm going to, you know, I'm not a member of the committee, but I'm going to tell Albert, if we're already at the entre meses and everybody's there,
Well, it's because of Raquel, if it's dealing with her, right, I think she has to have it here at the library.
no, she doesn't have to have.
Well,
Well, she doesn't, There's some requirements, for the poet laureate, maybe that's just a way
Ah,
to bring that
ah.
in. But I know that it's not until June sixth, so we also
Seventh.
have time,
It
we'll
would
have a
be the
meeting
7th.
before
Yeah.
that one.
It would be
That-
June seventh.
To discuss.
At the end, it's sixth and seventh, and the ending would be June
Yes,
seventh.
okay, but we'll be meeting
Just a
in
second.
May before
Right,
then, so we
before
can
then,
clarify
yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Great, well, thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing.
Any other business for the next meeting?
And if you think of anything, just remember you have that deadline of the Friday
Friday.
before before the week of our meeting.
Okay.
We try to get that in before the deadline.
Yeah, I would just say contact Judge Villarreal to see
Yes,
if
yes.
everything is going to
Yeah.
happen with that, you know?
Yes.
Okay,
So that he can plan ahead of time. If he can be here, I
Right.
mean, being in court, it makes it difficult for him to come at the regular time. But if he wants to move forward with the project, then
Right.
we need information.
What he's proposing is very worthwhile for us.
And
This
maybe
is
he
very
got
good.
some, funds from different
Yes,
council members,
yes.
that's why he wanted to do it.
Yes,
But
exactly.
if he's not here, then we can't move, right?
I move that we adjourn.
Second that motion.
got a motion and a second, all those in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it, meeting is now adjourned at 5:44.
We're going to turn off the